So hopefully you've now got a grey outline of the carrot. And if you can see, I haven't filled in the green leaves. I've just done the lengths of the stems to give me that outline for where I'm working to. I've then also given a little indicator for where my roots are going to go on my carrot, but I haven't filled in any of the detail. So the next thing that we want to do is use a bit of yellow food colouring powder and red food colouring powder and mix them together with plenty of vodka to get a washed out orangey yellow. You want it to be more towards the yellow than the red at this stage, because we're effectively putting in the highlights of the carrot. So once you've got the right consistency and it's all blended well, we can then actually give a wash to that carrot. So you're filling in that grey area, the grey outline. Always put a bit more vodka onto your brush before you go back to the palette, because it does start to dry very quickly when using vodka. You'll have a little bit more time if you're using the boiled water, but it won't dry as fast on the cake, so it'll be a little bit harder to work with. So you're just filling in that grey outline. So now that we've filled that in, you can see quite a pale yellow. You then want to actually go over the outline. So you want a slightly darker, so add in a little bit more of the red. Ooh, that was a little bit too much. Bring in a bit more yellow to lighten it again. Just cover up that grey outline that you did. Not working on the green, just working on the carrot. Just cover up that outline. Just that we start to get rid of that grey tint. And you can see it starts to sort of blend together anyway. So go right down to that tip this time. Again, add a bit more vodka. You can see, I don't know if you can see with my hand, so I use the other hand to steady the hand that I'm painting with. Just rest this one on the table and then you can steady your hand. Try also to hold the paintbrush quite loosely, and it gives more flexibility in what you're working. If you hold it too close like this, you'll either find that you get very harsh lines or too wobbly, whereas if you let it to be a little bit freer, it's a bit more natural and flows a bit nicer. So I'm just covering up that grey very slightly. It's very subtle at this stage. We're not adding detail, we're just covering up what we've already done. So I'm just going to go over that little root and this one here, and down on the tip of the carrot I've also added in a bit of character with a couple of roots. So what you want to do now is mix up a bit of very pale green as well, and you want to start fleshing out these leaves, and make sure that you go again over, if I tilt it up so that you can see, make sure again that you go over these grey lines with a slightly darker, and I will see you at the next step.